imagine a situation where you would join with your worst enemies?
I think if a situation presented itself, such as what happened in Eclipse, and it was my family's lives that were on the line, absolutely. I think, I relate to Alice a lot in the fact that she adores and loves her family and they're her life. So I don't know if any other circumstance would make me do it, but if it was for my family, I'd do it.
Yeah. Do aren't you a little resentful of Bella? Look at all the trouble she's causing.
I love trouble. I just want to turn her into a vampire so I can have fun with her. But I do agree with you guys are naughty. I love to fight. My character loves to fight, and it's really great that Edward loves Bella, and then drama comes in, and Emmett has to step to the plate.
If you could advise Bella, would you say to her, look, Edward's right, don't become a vampire?
I don't know. It's one thing, Jasper and Bella finally going to have a chance to have a heart-to-heart in Eclipse. And when Jasper tells Bella about his past, and we go into the into the past, and we see who Jasper used to be and how he was turned and everything. And Jasper didn't have a choice. So I think it's one of those things. It's different when you have a choice.
But would he advise her?
Would he advise her yes or no?
Yeah.
I think he'd say yes. If he's going to have to be hanging out with her all the time, it's going to...
You don't want to eat her.
Yeah, it'd be much easier not to want to eat her if she's a vampire.
Do you feel very different from when this journey started? And do you see a big difference, say, in Kristen, in Robert, in Taylor? Is the whole mood different because you guys already know you're a success?
No, not because of that. I think there's a difference in the sense that we are a little more comfortable with ourselves and in our skin and with our characters. I think that maybe part of the reason it is such a success is because we have great writing. We all love our jobs. We don't take them for, advantage of them. We love what we do and we love our fans, and I don't think any of us would ever want to get cocky and ruin something like that,
So, Robert's your brother, in a sense. Do you see a difference in him than the guy who started out on this journey and now, when he walks in a room, it's scrah?
No, you know what? That's one of the cool things about this cast. I really got to hand it to the maturity that we started out with before we got involved with this. We've all stayed so down to earth, and it's just funny to see the people change around them. I've never seen... There's this one time when, some of them have bodyguards now, and it's interesting to see when a fan lunges at Rob and you only see one bodyguard around, and then 10 flock out of the crowd that are hiding there, and it's like, God, it's crazy to think about you needing a bodyguard. But he is Rob. He's a heartthrob, and he's a great guy, and he hasn't changed.
Do you see the atmosphere changing around? All of you, because of the success of this, are people always trying to find out secrets about what goes on or ask personal questions about the cast?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's one of those things that it's more in the public eye. People want to know. People want to, figure out everything there is to know about you. And it's flattering, but, sometimes it's a little much to take. And it's interesting, too, when people, constantly are like, hey, what's going on with your castmates? And he's like, yeah, that's what's going on with them, I'm not going to get in the middle of that.
Is it satisfying to think that people are so emotionally affected, get so caught up in this story? Part of it's fandom, but part of it is, the fantasy or whatever we get from great stories.
Absolutely. I think, as all of us as actors in this film, are just so moved that everyone else is as passionate about our characters as we are, because we really do love what we're doing. And as an actor, you want to immerse someone in this world that you've created, and you want to affect them. And so the fact that these girls are bawling and they're screaming and they're yelling, and it warms your heart. It's a really amazing thing to see.
See, I knew you vampires were cruel. Thank you.
You like to make people cry.
Like to make people cry.